Hi guys, Charlie here from Geek Stuff, and today we're going to take a look at the Moto 360. So before we get on with the video, the full review, we're going to take a look at the specs. So the Moto 360 has a Texas Instruments OMAP3 processor. It has a 1.56 inch backlit LCD IPS display. It has 4 GB of internal storage and 500 megabytes of RAM. It also has a 320 mAh battery, and it is also compatible with any Android phone and with running Android 4.3 or above. So in this review we're going to split it into different sections, starting with the build. So the build of the Moto 360 is great. So as you can tell, it's a pretty much a round display. Thus the name Moto 360, although it isn't completely 360 degrees, because it does have this little black bar at the bottom. If I turn the screen on, you will notice the black bar, and that is the ambient light sensor, so it can tell when it's dark and it shouldn't turn on if you've got your sleeve over it or something like that. So the strap is made of leather. Depending on which model you get, it's either this sort of brownish, light brown, almost like a brown mixed with cream kind of colour on this version, obviously, and then the other version is black leather. So I actually quite like this colour, I think it looks pretty nice. Obviously it does wrinkle because it's leather, what you can see there, and I have actually scratched a fair bit of it. Just as you can see, little tiny bits there. I don't know if you can see that coming up on the camera, but a little bit do end up being scratched. But that is nothing to worry about really. It's just general wear and tear, as any other watch would be like. So the bottom is a lot more like velvet material for your wrist, so it's a bit more comfortable. The build of the actual watch itself is a stainless steel strip around the side. What looks and feels brilliant. It makes it look really premium, and it's a really nice look really. The bottom is made of plastic, and that is due to the wireless charging. What isn't too bad. I'd rather have wireless charging and a plastic band rather than plastic bottom, rather than a metal bottom, and you have to plug it in. Because the wireless charging also means you don't need a micro USB port, so it makes it a lot more seamless and like a proper watch as well. So it's also heart rate monitor down here, so you measure your heart rate, and then it also has this acts as a button, and so if you want to turn the watch on, you press that button and it turns it on. So the display isn't the greatest display, but it's a watch. You don't need a great display in a watch. You're not going to be looking at it for that long. You're going to be looking at it to check your notifications, and that's about it. That's all you need to do really. You don't need to look at it for hours, so you don't need a great display. So before we get anything else done with the review, I just want to talk about the wireless charging. So the Moto 360, unlike other Android Wear smartwatches, it comes with the charging cradle, and that's because, obviously, as I just said, it has wireless charging. So this is obviously unplugged, but the micro USB would go in there, and then there'll be a wire next to your wall, so you can charge it. So, and the Moto 360 would simply sit on top, and it charges. What's really nice, and also when it's charging, the screen never goes off. So you have to charge this watch every night. Well, it's a bit of a pain, but you take your watch off. Most people take their watches off every night anyway, so I don't see the big problem. But when you've got it off, when it's charging, it goes into a digital watch on the side. So technically, it is like a digital watch. If you have this next to the side of your bed and you just look over, you can see it's a digital watch, a digital clock rather. So that's a pretty nice feature. I don't know if it's intentional, but you can use it. So putting that to the side. Now, before you can use Android Wear or the Moto Moto 360 on its own, you need to connect it to your smartphone. So it does have to be, as I said, running Android 4.3 or above. So you need to get your Android smartphone, just trying to get the light in the way, and you have to download from the Play Store Android Wear. You can see it there, and it pretty much connects. Let's put it on this angle. It connects with your phone. It connects to the watch rail, and it lets you change the dials. The watch faces. Without doing on the watch, it also allows you to just change what shows up on the watch as well. What notifications show on it. So it shows you all the different watch faces, I said, and you can also get others from the Google Play Store. So the watch face being used at the moment on this watch is a custom watch face, and it is just, I took a photo on the phone and of my mouse mat actually. What is that? And I was able to make a watch face of it. It says "Keep calm and use the force." Star Wars theme. Yeah. And it looks really nice. So I like the customizable. I don't know what of it. So you can. It is very customizable. Also, you can make it almost. You can create almost. You can create watch faces what aren't very common. So they are very new, very unique. So the screen, as I talked about, isn't great. The processor isn't great either. I actually find probably a lot of the specs on the Moto 360 aren't great. But as I said about the screen, it is a watch. You may want, but you don't need great specs on a watch. I mean, you don't need a great processor. You're not going to be playing. Sorry, you're not going to be playing loads of games on this watch. You're literally going to be looking at the time, so you don't need fantastic processors or graphics. You just need something that can turn on when you raise your arm up, and it gives you notifications. So the Moto 360 also tracks your steps, so it tells you how many steps that you've done. It also checks your heart rate, so you can see how many, see your heart rate, and it checks it. That's pretty nice. It also gives you this notification, so if you get a message on your phone, it will come up on your watch. It's pretty nice. Just try to zoom in a minute. So as well as that, it also has Google Now integration. So if you just tap on the screen, it comes up this, and you can do Google searches, and you can also find all the streaming heart rate settings. So this is running Android 5.0 software version 5.0.1. So that's nice. So it's up to date, and this will be updated for, I'm going to say, next couple of years really, because it is the latest watch. So that's it really. If I was going to give this watch a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it 9. The only reason I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10 is maybe the strap could be a bit more robust, and it could also be easy to take off as well. To get the strap over the night, it's very difficult. You have to move this down and then pop out the pins. It is very difficult. So for the next version, I would like to see a easier watch strap replacement system. So that's the only reason I'm not giving it 10 out of 10. Apart from that, it is one of the best Android watches you can buy, Android Wear watches you can buy at the moment, and I think it looks great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.